On June 20, 2025, at 12:35 p.m., cybersecurity researchers uncovered a massive data breach involving approximately 16 billion login credentials, including usernames, passwords, tokens, cookies, and metadata, affecting major platforms such as Apple, Google, Facebook, Telegram, GitHub, government portals, VPN services, and various social media networks, marking it as one of the largest data exposures in history, with a scale equivalent to roughly 2 accounts per person given the global internet user base of about 5.5 billion. Cyber News. Contrary to initial reports suggesting a fresh breach, analysis from Bleeping Computer clarifies that this is a compilation of credentials harvested through infostialer malware, previous data breaches, and credential stuffing attacks, aggregated into 30 datasets ranging from tens of millions to over 3.5 billion records each, some of which were briefly exposed on unsecured Elasticsearch or object storage instances, including a notable 184 million record dataset found on an unsecured web server. India TV News. The affected platforms include Apple's iCloud and App Store, Google's Gmail and Drive, Facebook's social media accounts, Telegram, GitHub, government portals, and VPN services, with specific datasets indicating targeted collections, such as one with over 455 million records linked to the Russian Federation and another with over 60 million records named after Telegram, highlighting the breach's broad and targeted scope. Tom's Guide. The data's structured format, including URLs, usernames, passwords, and metadata like tokens and cookies, makes it highly dangerous, as it enables persistent access to accounts even after password changes and fuels malicious activities such as phishing campaigns, account takeovers, identity theft, and financial fraud. Cointelegraph. The primary sources of the leak include infostialer malware, active since early 2025, which extracts sensitive information from infected devices. Previous breaches like the 2024 Mother of All Breaches, MOB, with 26 billion records, and the RockU 2024 leak of 10 billion passwords, and credential stuffing attacks that exploit password reuse. A significant issue as many users employ the same credentials across multiple platforms. Forbes. The inclusion of government and corporate credentials raises the risk of espionage and data breaches affecting sensitive infrastructure, while the cryptocurrency sector faces particular threats, as compromised credentials linked to Google or Apple accounts could lead to account takeovers and asset loss. Cointelegraph. Cybersecurity expert Darren Guccione of Keeper Security labeled this the largest data breach ever, describing it as a blueprint for mass exploitation due to its accessibility on the dark web and structured nature, which allows hackers to efficiently exploit credentials across multiple services. India TV News. Google has responded with an advisory urging users to activate two-factor authentication, 2FA, preferably using authenticator apps or its passkey feature, which leverage biometric authentication like fingerprint or facial recognition, and to update passwords to strong, unique ones at least 12 to 16 characters long with a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. India TV News. Other platforms, such as Apple and Facebook, are likely implementing similar measures, including notifying users and prompting password resets, though specific responses are less detailed. Users are urged to take immediate action, change passwords to complex, unique ones, avoiding reuse, enable 2FA, ideally with authenticator apps or biometric methods, use password managers like LastPass or Bitwarden, monitor accounts for suspicious activity, and check exposure via Have I Been Pwned? Tom's Guide. Dark web monitoring tools are also recommended to detect compromised credentials, and users should remain vigilant against phishing emails or links that may exploit the leaked data. Newsbites. Organizations should adopt zero-trust security models, enhance privileged access controls, conduct regular security audits, and educate employees on phishing prevention to mitigate risks. Newsbites. The breach highlights systemic cybersecurity challenges, including password reuse, infostialer malware prevalence, and unsecured data storage, as evidenced by the 184 million records on an unsecured web server. India TV News. This incident follows other major breaches, such as the 2021 compilation of 8 billion records and the 2024 MOB, but its recency and structured format make it uniquely threatening. Cyber News. The exposure of government credentials, particularly those linked to the Russian Federation, raises national security concerns, as attackers could exploit these to access sensitive systems. Tom's Guide. The cryptocurrency industry faces significant risks, as compromised credentials could lead to irreversible financial losses, Cointelegraph. Media outlets, including Forbes, India Today, and Samar TV, have urged immediate user action, while Bleeping Computer clarified that the lack of a single new breach does not diminish the threat. Ongoing investigations by Cybernews and others aim to identify the data's sources and mitigate its spread, Mercer 20. The incident calls for stronger regulations, with Tom's Hardware advocating for mandatory advanced authentication methods like FIDO or authenticator apps. The breach underscores the need for innovative solutions like Google's Passkey to reduce reliance on passwords, India TV News. For individuals, the risks include unauthorized access to email, social media, or financial accounts, leading to identity theft or financial loss, particularly for those reusing passwords, Newsbytes. The structured data, with metadata like tokens, enables targeted attacks, while tokens and cookies pose risks of persistent access, Cointelegraph. Organizations face data breaches, financial losses, or reputational damage, while government agencies risk national security threats, Tom's Guide. The breach necessitates a coordinated response to address vulnerabilities like password reuse, infostial malware, and unsecured data storage, emphasizing the urgency of robust cybersecurity measures to protect the digital ecosystem, Cybernews.